Whoa, what's good, people? Welcome to a brand new episode of Locker Room Sports Talk Radio. It's your boy Quentin, aka Itchy. Y'all know who I am already. Today, I got a special guest with me, my partner Ronald Horn. He gonna tell y'all a little bit about himself. I don't want to do too much, Let the man give his own introduction.
Ronald Horn, graduated high school from St. Augustine, went to Southern University in Baton Rouge for undergrad and graduate school. Now currently assistant coach at Huntington Prep, which is located in West Virginia. I'm happy to be here.
Righteous. This has been a long time coming. I've been trying to get this dude on my show for a while now, and by the grace of God, the universe finally worked out, and I finally got him here at the crib, and we're gonna get this thing locked in. So, Ronald pretty much told y'all he's the assistant coach at Huntington Prep, and that's kind of why we're here today. Ronald is a pretty influential person in the prep basketball scene, not only here locally in the New Orleans area, but nationally. As y'all heard him say earlier, he's an assistant coach at Huntington Prep in West Virginia. That's one of the major prep basketball schools in the country. They produce a lot of D1 prospects. Some of the guys made it to the NBA. On the top of my head, I know OJ Mayo. He went there, and a few other guys that end up playing in the NBA. So now he's a part of that system, and he knows a lot of top level recruits, and he has great relationships with those guys. And so we're gonna kind of expand on that a little bit more in the next coming moments. So what is exactly you do? Like, how did you end up being in that position at Huntington Prep?
So I've been in the basketball world. I want to say coaching and also recruiting since about 2015.
Oh, wow.
My little brother Jeremy, he played AU basketball since early ages.
I saw a few of his games. Like, I know way back in the G, back on Twitter, he was kind of promoting like the fact he was playing basketball and whatnot. So kind of.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a great opportunity. He always played high level basketball, with top talent, and I kind of grew a passion through him. With actually, being around him and investing time in him, being in practices and stuff like that. Which I didn't play basketball in high school.
Right.
But
so me and this guy, we were both in a band in high school.
Yeah,
so, but that's a different podcast for a different day. But I don't mean to cut you off, but
Nah, definitely. So I kind of grew a passion early. I want to say like high school. I've been in basketball, loving basketball since birth. But my passion grew into other things such as music. But reunited back to it. So I've been actually at a high level basketball, I want to say, since about 2015.
Okay. And like you said, that was around the same time your brother got involved in playing AAU ball and whatnot, right?
Nah, he's been playing since early years, but like as far as me getting involved, me actually running a program. First program I started off with actually being a part of was Southern Phenoms, which we had a lot of D1 players that came from there, but that was based in Mississippi.
Okay.
Then the following year, I linked up with my uncle, Shantae, which currently the rapper, and my uncle Stan, and wound up putting together Jet Athletics.
Right.
So that wound up turning out to be a great thing.
Yeah, I recall that time in the city. There was like a lot of hype around that.
Yeah, we had like 8th grade team was like top, it's actually freshman, 15, top in the country, top like 15, 10 in the country. And then from there, we also had a 17 team that was pretty good that beat a lot of top circuit shoe teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took a break from basketball. Then I went to Dallas, moved to Dallas 2018 and 19, and wound up starting Beast Up basketball program that was based out of Dallas, in which I met a guy named JC and Carter who took me in. And I kind of built that program up to what it was, and we wound up being the top 10 in the country program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so from having that program, we had, I would say, about 2 nationally ranked players, 8th graders.
Right.
And then from there, I went to Huntington. So it's kind of great.
That's where you are now.
Yeah, first year, just got the first year in the books. We had a great team this year. So.
And you mentor a lot of national prospects now. I know, kind of off air. We've been discussing it over the past couple of weeks. A lot of the guys you've been kind of mentoring and how they come to you for advice. And about basketball and just life in general, things of that nature. So kind of expound on the relationship that you have with some of those guys, if you will.
Yeah, man, it's great. Being at Huntington is kind of like an eye-opening situation. You know, dealing with high-level talent and seeing how kids are playing at a high level, the type of work that they put in every day. You know, take care of their body, training, make sure they're maintaining, you know, the high level of talent play that you know they're accustomed to doing, and actually just being in a environment to where you know they can benefit. You know, Division I scholarships. You know, preferably some making it to the NBA,
Right.
you know, which is the ultimate goal. But I have a couple of kid named Jamie Brakefield. He's going to Duke, committed to Duke. He's a great player. Zyler Jackson, Mississippi, who goes to Huntington.
Okay.
He's a top 25 player. AJ Hogarth, another top 50 player, which is like you know, both of those guys are like little brothers to me.
And these are all 2021 kids.
Oh, nah, they actually 2020 kids.
Okay. Oh, 20.
Yeah.
I meant 2020. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So AJ is going to Michigan State, which is a great program, you know, at the time is doing stuff like that. So
these are like these are basically blue blood college basketball type programs.
Yeah, Power 5 schools.
Your Dukes, your Michigan States, your Kansases, Syracuses of the world.
Yeah, no, definitely. We have I'm gonna name one. I got to name two. I got to name all. We have a kid, Zach Loveday. He's going to Baylor.
Okay.
Great talent, 7 foot, basically wing, shoot three, do a lot of stuff. Another kid named Isaiah Cottrell. He's going to West Virginia. Pretty good.
All right, in the same street as
Yeah. So he transferred to us from Las Vegas. So
okay, from West Coast. Well, kind of the West Coast.
Yeah.
West area.
Yeah. And then we have another kid, which named Dudley Blackwell. He actually was with us, but he had to leave, you know, midway through the season. But he's going to Iowa State. Another great talent. So, you know, a lot of those kids.
Power 5 kids.
Yeah, a lot of top programs. And that don't even count, you know, we got a couple of younger guys, like Shane Dezzoni, Bray Freeman, both are juniors, which is 2021 class, and those are also top 4-star, 5-star players.
Okay. So, like you said, you just completed your first year, so I know right now we have a lot of downtime because of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. So, like, what are you and some of your players doing to kind of stay active and kind of stay involved during this whole situation going on?
Man, well, actually, you know, for our players that actually like, you know, training, doing a lot of outdoor working out, you know, kind of on their own time. It's kind of hard to get in the gym right now.
Yeah.
You know, be able to get in any type of facility.
Can't really give them a shot, something like that.
Yeah. So basically, you know, you're just utilizing what you can do. You know, study film, working out. You know, for me at least, is working out. You know, keeping up with them, talking to them every day, make sure I'm checking on them, making sure they're staying active. So that's the best thing that, you know, about right now is you have a downtime. You actually can reevaluate a lot of things that, you know, might not have right in life that you can get fixed.
Right. You know, just for me, being active on social media, being, you know, more involved in the football world, I found it pretty interesting to see how you really have to keep these kids engaged almost 24/7, because just not your kids per se, but just kids in general, like their attention spans are so short. So it's like you said, you need to call them every day to check in on them and like just kind of make sure they're staying on pace, and because it's easy for these kids to get distracted with so much going on. So I like the fact that you said that you check on these kids every day and you making sure that they're doing the right things and that they're staying involved and staying active and just kind of keeping like their head on a swivel, for lack of a better term, as far as like just keeping them focused and grounded.
Nah, definitely. I mean, especially right now, to where you got video games and social media. You know what I'm saying? You can get distracted with a lot of things. But the good thing is that, especially for these kids who know what they're trying to accomplish, what their goal is, and a lot of eyes is on them. Mm-hmm. This kind of forces them on their own actuality, to make things happen and make things right with themselves.
Right, and just with them having like a lot of downtime and, like you said, those kids really being in the spotlight and them receiving so much praise on social media day after day, like, oh, you have an offer from Syracuse, oh, you have an offer from Duke, you have an offer from Kansas and whatnot. So it's easy to kind of like, how do I want to say this? Like kind of, I guess, take it all in and get a big head, perhaps. Or
I think for the most part, especially with you dealing with top level talent, it's kind of like you don't have a gap because you have you have the AAU season, which is preferably around March to
Sorry about that.
from March to probably like late July, and then straight to that, you go straight to your high school season, to where you pretty much start training, from August to February. So it's really not even no gaps like different like football, per se football. So whereas you might work out and stuff during the summer, play 7-on-7, but you're really
between
active.
between late May and like July, you have like a lot of downtime.
Yeah, basketball is really no downtime.
Man,
it's kind of year round.
So after the AAU season, jump into the season, and like you say, Huntington Prep, they're nationally known, prep school. So like, who are some of the other schools you guys play? Like, do you guys play like some of the Oak Hills or the IMG academies or what's the other school in Nevada? I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Henderson Prep, I believe, something like that.
So in this prep school world, especially, because you have a lot of regular high schools.
Right.
Great as well, such as Scotlandville.
Yeah, Scotlandville, Louisiana.
So we played IMG this year on ESPN. You play IMGs, you play your Oak Hills, you play your Mount Verdes. Okay. Schools like that. So, when you talk about playing top level talent, you traveling, especially if you're on a national schedule, you're traveling from the East Coast, West Coast, South,
Midwest,
stuff like that. So, our schedules are based on, who's, those type high schools throughout the country. Because, when you have top talent like that, you have to showcase it. So
right.
It's kind of, way
you can't just go around with top level talent and just playing,
Nah.
junior varsity teams are you can't go around playing like a John Mack, for instance, something like that. So.
It's way different. As far as the competition level, you get what I'm saying? So, in actuality, those prep schools, events, tournaments, you're going to have still 50 college coaches plus, actually viewing these regular high school games.
Right. Come to see the same 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, when you having these prep schools.
Well, prep schools. Basically the entire team, but I was more referring to in the sense of a general high school.
Oh yeah, a lot, and there are a lot of great general high schools. I want to say like Duncanville in Dallas. You have a lot of different programs that actually able to compete at high level, because for us it's harder to play against a regular high school, so as you can't do a lot of scouting on, you don't really know certain players. Right. You'll probably be playing like a prep school, which includes shot clocks and different stuff like that, because you have a lot of these states that have, like Louisiana, don't have shot clocks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big thing getting adjusted to it, but for the most part, it's a different type of environment, especially playing out of town.
Right. Okay, so just now you mentioned a high school in Texas, Duncan Berlin. Earlier in the interview, you alluded to the fact that you spent some time out there, and while you were out there, you kind of developed some relationships with a couple of players, a few with ties to the New Orleans area, like Chris Lockett. So I know you kind of mentored him as well in a sense. So kind of talk about your relationship with him, because he seems to be the next big prospect on the national scene coming from the South Louisiana area. So
man, Chris is special.
And I went to middle school with his mom, so I know his mother, so I've been following his career, not super closely, but I kind of pay attention to him. But I know you real close with him, so
yeah, man. His mom and dad groomed him.
Yeah.
Well.
Shout out to Kelly, man. I ain't shout out to Kelly.
Yeah, Miss Kelly and Chris is definitely influential to him, especially growing up. Me watching him, from last year to this year and transitioning, he's special talent. A lot of kids have it, naturally, and he definitely has it. I think being at Newman is a great situation for him.
Especially with Coach Livingston,
getting coached by Coach Randy, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely great, great talent. And then that simple fact that, he's able to showcase that at home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's different, because, basketball.
I think that's real big, because in general, when you think about high school basketball on the national scene, you think about kids from Chicago, kids from New York, Texas, Florida, California. You don't really hear about kids from Louisiana sticking out on the national stage, that often. Every couple of years, we might get the Greg Monroes and Tweety Carters or the Lamar Peters every couple of years, but to have a kid that's ranked that high, I want to say the last time I checked, he was ranked higher than LeBron James's son, Bronny Jr., in the national rankings.
Yeah.
So it's like to have a player of that caliber is to play at home here in New Orleans is real big. So
yeah, Chris is top 10 talent for sure.
he's only a freshman. He's 2023 kid, right?
Yeah, 2023. Yeah, but to be honest, man, Chris is special. So that team I had in Dallas, I had, I want to say, 6 kids. Back in there, man, Chris Lockett, Cam.
Yeah, I know he was playing up there in Houston for a while. Like,
yeah, he played AU basketball
in Houston. Yeah.
So we have a kid named Cam that was on our team. He goes to Shaw High School.
Okay.
A kid named Derek Bird is at Crescent City. He's 2023 kid.
Yeah.
Great. Shiles Johnson, he's at Nakar. He's a 2022 kid. Good talent. Corey.
You shook your head on Corey.
Corey's that brother.
He must really be like that.
Nah, Corey's nice, man. Corey surprised me, especially this year he started varsity. Well, a lot of them started varsity. So Corey Skillman is that brother Martin. Definitely nice talent. Man, I'm just proud of all the kids. You know what I'm saying? Be able to achieve, a lot from me seeing it from 8th grade to 9th grade and playing the state championship game, playoff games on the big stage as a freshman. That says a lot.
Right, and I know a lot of people talk about the caliber of basketball in Louisiana and just how the basketball culture here is different from other states. So, I mean, just based on your experience and kind of traveling around and seeing players from around the country, like just kind of if you can or if you want to, kind of compare like the style of play here in Louisiana on a prep scene as opposed to, other places across the country. Because I know I have a few friends who like really in tune with basketball, and they say Louisiana players are like more gritty and like they're more like in your face and more physical than other type of players. So
definitely. I think the only thing that really separates Louisiana is the lack of resources. Your certain trainers.
I'm glad you said that. I mean, I'm gonna let you keep on finishing, but we gonna circle back to that in a minute.
Yeah, I think it's the resources, man. Gyms, trainers, great coaches. They have a lot of good coaches there in New Orleans, but like a lot of great coaches. And also just being able to be seen.
Yeah.
You think about, like you say, talent like Lamar Peters and man, I can name like Geeky and Bryson and even Tyree. Like, you had a lot of talent that came through here. Now, think about those kids were able to have EYBL circuits and different stuff like that earlier, which we had Adidas, New Orleans was Adidas, but just to have multiple shoes, right. You know what I'm saying? Shoes.
To have your Nikes and Adidas, like just kind of compete for these kids in this region.
Not really competing, just the AAU. Because people don't understand. AAU basketball, like high school basketball, is important.
Yes.
But
definitely.
that circuit is really important. It's definitely big for being seen, being ranked. Actually being able to get those certain scholarships. Because you got to think about it. You can have a John Calipari that comes in the gym to see a certain player, but he might see you on the same court compared to a John Calipari is not about to come fly to Louisiana to come see a kid that he knows nothing about. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just the resources. That's the main thing Louisiana is missing. The talent is here. I think a wide variety of talent is here. It's just based on being seen. It's just being in the right place at the right time.
So, like I said, I'm glad you said that because I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, me and you had a conversation again off air about some plans you had. So if kind of tell the people about some of the plans you have for the New Orleans area as far as like future endeavors and kind of expounding the basketball scene here in the city.
Man, I have a couple of huge things coming. Trying to get a lot of camps to New Orleans. A lot of resources, get parks restored and different things like that. Also, we have some real special. I'm not going to speak about it right now.
Okay.
But we have some real big that we're going to announce, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity for kids in the New Orleans area, especially being able to be seen and be showcased.
Definitely. Like anything that brings exposure to kids, not just New Orleans, but anywhere, it's great. So I just think just the potential of whatever you're on a cusp of is really great for the city, and I think a lot of kids will be happy for it. Once it's finally announced and everything's kind of unwrapped.
Listen, shout out. Definitely want to give a shout out to Coach JT. That's my man. He at IMG, so he's at IMG Academy, which is another national ranked program. You know, deal with a lot of top talent, man. He's a great guy. My dude.
Shout out Coach JT.
Yeah, that's my man.
You go with my man Ronald, you go with me. So.
Yeah, him and, you know, my guy that's the head coach at Huntington, you know, that's actually one of the people that founded Huntington, Coach Raquel, you know, for even giving me the opportunity to be a part of something great like that is a real blessing.
And that's a real good look right there. That's a real
definitely. Definitely, for sure.
Especially coming from a guy who doesn't, you know, really didn't have a background as far as like playing basketball. For you to kind of be in that position, that speaks a lot to like your dedication, your work ethic, and whatnot. So
yeah, definitely, man. A lot of people don't understand, man. It's not about what you know; it's about who you know.
It's about who you know.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been preaching that for a while now. I mean, it took me a little longer than usual to figure that out, but once I did, like, it's definitely about fostering those, like, developing and fostering those relationships. You know, like, having knowledge is one thing, and it's important, but just as important is about, like you said, who you know, and just kind of networking and developing relationships and branching out and meeting new people, because you never know what will come from the opportunity.
Networking is definitely critical and key. I'll tell anybody, man, no matter what field of work you work in. My 2 degrees are in criminal justice and my master's in criminal justice.
Networking.
You know, so a lot of things, I would say follow your passion. Whatever you want to do, no matter how much work it takes to put out to actually be a part of whatever situation you're trying to do, that's key. That's definitely key, for sure.
Definitely.
Nah, for sure.
Wise words from a young OG, man. So, like you said, and also just talk about some of your, I guess, influences as far as some of the guys that kind of motivated you to get into the basketball world, like just, you know, whether they be here in the New Orleans area or just, you know, guys you met elsewhere.
Man, first of all, my little brother, man, like, he's definitely one of my influences. A guy I grew up with.
That's crazy. Like, you don't hear a lot of people say that their younger siblings are the inspiration. So, like, you know, definitely. A lot of times you hear guys talk about, well, people talk about their big brothers, their big sisters, or their aunts, uncles, whatever the case is. Very rarely do you hear about somebody saying that somebody that was younger than them being influential in decisions they make, or like, you know, paths they decide to take. So
definitely, because I mean, I'm the oldest, so
yeah.
You know, I ain't have no big brother or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? They influenced me into playing sports, you know, in that way. But you know, another guy, Corey Route, which is like an uncle to me. Yeah. He was another person that played like prep school basketball, different stuff like that. And growing up, you know, seeing him play, I was like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Coach Buddy, Brian Simmons.
Yeah. Coach, yeah. Little Brian Daddy. Yeah.
So Coach Buddy, he definitely helped with a lot, man. From Jet Life Athletics, when I started that, he was actually a coach for that.
Oh,
he was a coach for that. So he actually, you know,
Coach, I'm not gonna cut you off, but Coach Buddy, he was coaching at Carver around the same time he was in school, right?
Yeah, he coached a lot of times there.
Shout out to Coach Simmons, man.
You know, people I say like Paulo. Paulo is cool, man. That's the person that's about the kids. Mm-hmm. You know, grind hard, work hard, and you know, I kind of holler at him for guys as well. Man.
So you can sit there all day naming names, huh?
Yeah, I really sit there all day naming names.
I know another guy we talked about. I keep alluding to us talking off air, but another guy we talked about, a real older guy who's also a St. Paul alum, like the both of us. Thaddeus Fisher, like.
Oh yeah, man. Mr. Thad, cool. So me and his daughter Gabrielle went to Southern together. Right. So yeah, Mr. Thad is definitely, and a lot of people don't even know who Mr. Thad is.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like Mr. Thad, he in my eyes, he's a New Orleans basketball legend. So, and it's like you said, a lot of people don't even know who he is, and like this guy is currently like the agent to like some of the top NBA players, like from the Russell Westbrooks and
Shea Gilchrist, Marcus Aldridge. Previously had Andy Davis, so he's definitely a great, you know, icon. First person that actually bring a shoe contract team to Louisiana.
Yeah, you spoke on that earlier. So that was like back in what, like maybe like.
Man, that was, I don't even know. To be honest.
You just know he was the pioneer who brought shoe contract teams to this region. So
definitely. Man, I think, a lot of people, I think if we had so much influence in basketball as we do in football, and which I think we do have a lot of influence in basketball, man. It's just a simple fact of like visually letting it be seen.
Right. Like you said, like just getting those resources, getting those gems, and just getting these guys seen by more eyes. Because I think there's definitely a lot of talent down here, but it's just.
Man, that's for us, bro.
Yeah,
That's for us to actually bridge the gap and make that happen. You know what I'm saying? I think the younger generation, especially like me, I'm 20 years old. JT is me and JT graduated same way. He graduated in the car in 2009. So I think by us being a younger generation and actually be able to be in great positions, which I think a lot of people, coming from here haven't been able to, kind of bridge the gap, from prep schools or even like high level talent to here. I think we don't do a lot of special things here in the city.
Right. I definitely like just from talking to you, the few conversations we did have on this matter, I feel like in a short time you're already doing a lot to kind of further the culture of basketball here in South Louisiana and help get kids, more exposure. And not just here in New Orleans, like you said, you did work out in Texas, now you out there in West Virginia kind of doing your thing, and so it's really about helping these kids like all over the place, but just really putting that spotlight on home. Like just, no matter where you go, you can always think about home. So
I think giving them the experience, because like when we had the team in Texas, man, we was flying those kids to Texas for workouts. So we had 6-7 kids from New Orleans that was on that team, and being able to travel out there, don't have to pay for anything, expenses paid, just be able to come out there, free your mind, play basketball, travel, and actually do some. That team showed me like you can take kids from home, bring kids to any of these cities, compete at a high level, and you can get the results. We went I want to say 47-2.
Was it just like the other team? Or?
Nah.
The Texas team. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the B-Stuck, the team.
The team out there down,
Chris, right? Yeah, Chris was on, and Corey, those guys I named. That team was special. I mean, even the jet lag.
47-2. That's. They really liked that.
Even the jet lag of that team, we had Jamal Chase. Jamal Chase was the point guard on that team.
Yeah?
Yeah, the 15-year team.
Man, like Jamal Chase, multifaceted, man. Let's check him out.
Nah, and my little cousin Jalen, man, he was special. He actually won a state championship for De La Salle like 2 years ago.
Yeah, they did.
He was the first person.
I think it was like Division III state championship, something like that.
Yeah. My little cousin, he's still playing college ball right now. He's out there in Philly.
Okay. What schools he at?
He's at a JUCO.
Okay. So he's still doing his thing.
He's still active.
Yeah, chasing his dream, and we'll see what that leads to.
No, definitely.
So I think that's pretty much everything that I had mind to ask you. So is there anything else you want to expound on? Anything else you want to tell the people out there?
Oh man, just stay consistent. Stay active. Keep God first. Actually be able to make a change in whatever way you can, especially like sports, you know what I'm saying? It's something that you can connect to a lot of people with, even if it's, no matter what age it is. So I think for the most part, just being able to help another person, without wanting something in return. That's kind of the hardest thing.
That's key right there. Like it's so hard for kids to trust people because a lot of these kids feel like, there's always a string attached. Like there's always something on the back end that somebody wants.
Definitely, man. You got to do stuff out of kindness in your heart, especially dealing with kids at any level. I think that's the main thing is making sure a kid trusts you, because building those trust and relationships with kids. Like I'm recruiting right now. You know what I'm saying, for our team program for next year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and you dealing with 5-star, 4-star athletes who already got pressures from college coaches and their parents and AAU programs and different stuff like that. So you got to be able to, key in and focus and make sure everything is, kid had
A1,
not definitely across the board. But man, I enjoyed the podcast.
Me too, man. We got to do this again, man. Got to do this more often, man. My man Ronald Horn. We're gonna definitely be seeing more of him in the future as things progress. So another fire episode, man. We're gonna see y'all next time.